They say life is a game, but when it comes to women, it's more like a battlefield. Gentlemen, every woman you meet will test you. It's not because she's cruel or manipulative, it's biology, psychology, and survival instincts rolled into one. But here's the catch: fail these tests, and she'll never see you as the high-value man you aspire to be. Pass them, and you'll command respect, admiration, and maybe even a heart. Stay with me till the end, because the last test is the one that most men fail, and it's a deal-breaker. Welcome, fellow sapiens, to a journey of self-mastery and success for a person living in the modern world. In today's video, I'm breaking down 6 brutal tests women throw at men, why they do it, how to recognize these tests, and most importantly, how to pass them with confidence and composure. Let's get started. Test number 1. The time test. Time is a woman's most valuable currency, and she wants to know if you value yours just as much. This test often begins subtly: she's late for a date, or takes hours to reply to your messages. Maybe she leaves plans up in the air with a casual, "I'll let you know." Here's the psychology behind it. Women want to gauge if you are desperate for their attention. If you wait around, endlessly accommodating their schedule, it screams neediness. And neediness kills attraction. The way you handle this test sets the tone for how she'll treat you moving forward. So, how do you pass? By valuing your time more than hers. If she's late, politely let her know you won't wait indefinitely. If she's non-committal, match her energy. For example, if she says, "I'll let you know," respond with, "No worries, let me know when you're free. If I'm available, we'll figure something out." This approach shows confidence without confrontation. You are signaling, "I have a life, and it doesn't revolve around waiting for you." Now, let's be real: if you wouldn't wait 30 minutes for a pizza delivery, why are you waiting an hour for someone who doesn't respect your time? Test number 2. The effort test. The effort test is subtle but incredibly revealing. It might start with a small request: "Can you grab something for me on your way?" Or, "Can you help me with this thing real quick?" It seems harmless, but it's designed to see how far you're willing to go to prove yourself. Men often think that saying yes will win points, but here's the brutal truth: every unnecessary favor chips away at her respect for you. Women respect men who prioritize their own goals and energy over being overly accommodating. So, how do you pass this test? By drawing the line early. If her request is unreasonable or unnecessary, politely decline. You might say, "I'd love to help, but I've got a lot on my plate right now." She might act disappointed, but deep down, she'll respect your boundaries. Remember, it's not about being cold or selfish, it's about showing that your time and effort are valuable commodities you don't give away lightly. And speaking of boundaries, the next test is all about how well you can protect yours. Test number 3. The qualification test. You are sitting across from her, and suddenly, the questions start pouring in. What do you do for a living? Why aren't you more ambitious? Or worse, why don't you have a car yet? These questions aren't innocent curiosities, they're part of the qualification test. Here's the psychology. She's trying to see if you'll jump through hoops to justify your worth. Men who over-explain, get defensive, or try too hard to impress come across as insecure. And insecurity is a massive turn-off. To pass this test, flip the script. Don't wait for her to interrogate you. Take the lead in the conversation and share your story on your terms. Talk about your goals, passions, and values, confidently but without arrogance. Then, redirect the focus, ask her about her aspirations and opinions. By steering the conversation, you are subtly showing that you are in control and not desperate for her approval. Quick question: if you are applying for a job, would you spend the entire interview justifying why you are qualified, or would you show them your value by being composed and confident? Same principle here. Before we go over to the next subtle test women throw at you, please mind giving this video a like, as it boosts its reach, subscribing to this channel, and turning on the notification bell to not miss out on more such informative videos on how to be a better sapien. Anyways, moving on. Test number 4. The emotional test. The emotional test is perhaps the most challenging, because it's designed to provoke a reaction. She might criticize you, bring up a painful topic, or even throw an emotional outburst your way. It's her way of seeing if you can stay composed under pressure. Why? Because emotional stability is one of the most attractive traits a man can have. If you crumble, lash out, or act defensively, you are showing her you lack control. To pass, you need to be the emotional anchor. When she pokes at your insecurities, don't take the bait. Instead, acknowledge her feelings calmly. For example, if she says something critical, respond with, "That's an interesting perspective. Why do you feel that way?" This not only diffuses the tension, but also shows you are mature enough to handle conflict gracefully. But what happens when the test isn't emotional but logistical? That's where the boundary test comes into play. Test number 5. The boundary test. Imagine you've told her you don't go out on weeknights because you are focused on your career or health. She suggests meeting on a Wednesday, knowing full well it's against your rules. This is the boundary test, and it's a big one. The psychology here is straightforward. If she can make you compromise your principles now, she'll know she can do it again. Women want a man who stands firm in his values, even if it means disappointing her. To pass this test, stick to your guns. Politely explain why your rule exists, and offer an alternative that works for you. For example, "I'd love to see you, but I keep my weeknights for work and rest. How about we plan something amazing for the weekend instead?" This shows her you are not only disciplined but also willing to compromise, on your terms. Think of it this way: if you bend your rules now, don't be surprised when she's dragging you to 4-hour Sunday brunches with her friends. Test number 6. The attention test. This is the silent killer. When you approach her for the first time, she might act indifferent, giving you minimal attention or acknowledgement. It's not personal, it's her way of filtering out the weak from the confident. To pass this test, you need to show that you are unfazed. Confidence isn't about trying harder, it's about knowing your worth regardless of her initial reaction. Smile, hold eye contact, and speak with calm assurance. If she's interested, she'll warm up. If not, you've still walked away with your dignity intact. And here's the kicker: even if you pass this test, it's meaningless if you fail to embrace one core mindset, valuing yourself above all else. So, now you understand the 6 tests women use to measure your worth. These aren't games, they're instinctual ways to assess your confidence, boundaries, and emotional strength. By passing them, you're not just winning her respect, you are becoming the best version of yourself. If you are serious about this journey and want to be a better sapien, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing for more content on personal development, philosophy, and the pursuit of a meaningful life, and share it with friends who might benefit from these tips. Be sure to leave any other valuable suggestions you might have in the comments below for your fellow sapiens, and mention which of the above tip did you find the most useful. Also, be sure to check out these other videos on our channel, where we dive deeper into unlocking your full potential every day. Trust me, this is just the beginning. Until next time, keep striving daily towards being a better sapien.